What sports did you play before you got into wrestling? You mentioned that you were very athletic as a youth.
Um,
What sports did you play?
I did soccer for a little bit until I was able to do basketball. I loved basketball. I played for like 7 years. Um, and then in between, I played a little bit of volleyball. I did, you have like the marching band, but you have like your twirlers in the front. I did that not only during football season, but I did it in indoor. And then there's different categories of things you can do in indoor competition. Like you can do color guard, which is flags on a really big pole that you swing around and looks pretty. Um, you have, I did a little bit of dance, not a whole lot. It was mainly um, in that twirling group, and
Hmm.
then I had all of my wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, all of that stuff. And then once I started wrestling, I tried because I was still, even though I switched to online, I was still able to do sports with my local public school. And I was trying to do volleyball, basketball, and wrestling, and that was not working. At that moment, I realized how demanding professional wrestling is. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do the damn thing, I'm going to give everything that I have to it. And I still needed time to focus on my schooling so that I could graduate. Um, so yeah, I did. I say I did everything but cheerleading and softball.
Okay.
Okay.
Sports I didn't touch.
You
As a young person that's into sports, right? How
Mhm.
is it nowadays trying to balance your collegiate life with uh, your sports life? How how is that nowadays?
So I feel like I definitely have it a lot easier um, when it comes to my schooling with independent wrestling because I'm in an accelerated program to become a medical assistant. And so it's only a year long, and I'm already halfway done. Um, so I have a couple weeks. I think I have like 4 weeks left of this term, something like that. And then, no, I have like 6 weeks left. 6 weeks left. And then I have my other 12 weeks, which is just internship. And then I graduate in September. And I only go Mondays and Wednesdays. So, and my schedules on Mondays right now is 8:20 to 2 o'clock, and then on Wednesdays it's 8:20 to 11:25, and then I'm done. Now the amount of homework is crazy because we can't slack off at all so that we get done in this year because it used to be a 2 year program, but they figured out a way to just condense it into one. So
Hmm.
it's a lot. And I wasn't really sure how well I was going to do with it because my senior year I really struggled with balancing wrestling and school. And like there was other things in my life going on, but like I did not hold myself accountable at all. I really don't even know how I graduated. I think it's only because I passed my senior project and they were just like, okay. Um,
Yeah.
but it really was only because I wasn't applying myself. Like I think the lowest grade that I've had in college so far is a 93 at the end of a term. And I feel like I'm balancing college and wrestling better than I was high school and wrestling. And that might have just been because I feel like I'm mature now than I was my senior year, even though there's
Hmm.
literally hasn't even been a year since I graduated. But wrestling has taught me to mature so much because I have to in order to make it. Um, I have to be able to stick up for myself and be able to like put that foot down. So I also think that wrestling has made my worth ethic a lot more than it was because it's like if you want something, you have to fight for it.
Hmm.
There's no short, and the more shortcuts there are some, but if you take those, you're only hurting yourself in the end, and you're not going to get the product that you want. So no shortcuts, only go 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 go. And it's a little overwhelming sometimes, and it's a little just like whoa, but um I figure it out and we keep moving, and then eventually I get to a point where I'll be like so far ahead with my paper schoolwork that I only have to worry about the stuff in school. So then I can just like, and that really helps because weekends are so busy now. And usually that's when I was doing my homework. But yeah, that's not an option anymore. So I gotta do it the day I get it, or it's not gonna get